Hello, hello. Ivy, would you like me to let you finish the game or had you given up? How is everyone doing today? Thank you, Misfit, for redeeming first. And hi, Aunt Jemima. I don't know if you're still here or not, but if you are, not tonight. I really want to finish Layers of Fear, and then if there's time, I'll probably want to do a little bit of Jackbox, but I have a thing tomorrow, so I can't be up too late. Okay. Starting soon. There you go. I've only seen someone actually win 3 times. Good luck. I believe in you. Yay! I'm glad for you. Are you having a good time? Yeah, this is a cat game. Do you want me to let you try and finish it anyways? Like I said, I've only seen someone win 3 times. Okay. So, what's new today is I don't know if anyone who's here right now was here yesterday or the past 2 days, but I gave this chair to my grandfather who works, uh, he's part of this woodworking thing, group. He doesn't get paid for it, he just enjoys working with wood. I have a bunch of puzzles that he's made in a box that's right there. But I gave him this chair because it was super, super low, and so I was using an uncomfortable chair while he worked on it. And so he gave it back, and now look, I'm like, this is just the chair. I used to stack 3 pillows in this chair so I wasn't super low. But now, when I'm not streaming, I'm going to need to raise all of this up again. And yeah. But I'm excited. I also somehow managed to cut myself while I was putting this chair back. Because I'm talented that way. Getting injured somehow. Nice. Are you having a good time? Thank you for the tip. I'll do my best not to do it again. But I'm very talented at injuring myself while doing nothing. At the last, no, not the last party I went to, but the second to last party, something upset me and I can't remember what it was. So I decided, all right, I'm gonna just go out into the backyard and take a moment to cool off. And so while I was walking out, I somehow managed to miss the step and just fell backwards and hit the back of my head on the back, like on the corner. So here's the stair. I hit my head on the corner of the stair and then didn't want to go back inside because then I'd have to explain that, oh, I went back outside. I went outside because I was upset about something. So I just sort of sat outside for a while until someone came out looking for me, and I was like, just so you know, I might have a concussion, so, might just want to keep an eye on me. And then for the rest of the party, everyone there was super mad at me, and they're like, why are you always getting injured and not saying anything? Because I'm very talented at injuring myself doing nothing. Don't get injured during things that I should be getting injured doing. Like, I used to play rugby when I was in high school and never once got a serious injury. Um, I've also done a lot of other stupid things like cliff jumping and whatnot and never gotten injured doing anything like that. But, you know, moving a chair into place and somehow managed to a decent sized cut on my leg. Rugby is uh so it's football is born from rugby. Rugby came first, and it's what most of Europe plays. Um, actually, hang on, I'll be right back. So, this is a rugby ball. A very, very deflated rugby ball from when I was in high school. Um, well, yeah. And it's like, so it's kind of like football. Yeah, but it's more badass and just better in pretty much every way. There's a very fierce rivalry between football and rugby, but rugby's better. um, there are no pads. There's a lot more running. It's a lot of people say that it's sort of like a mixture between soccer and football because there's a lot of contact. um, but whereas with football, it's kind of start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. This is constantly going unless there's a foul or something. And then there's the scrum, which is what most people know. When people think of rugby, they're normally thinking of the scrum. You're not allowed to wear pads. So, unlike football, where everyone goes out like they're going to war, the only sort of protective gear you're allowed to wear in rugby is a mouth guard. But because of this, it is actually considered to be safer than. I actually have a kind of funny story. True story that didn't happen to me based on that comment. But because you aren't allowed to wear any sort of padding or whatnot, you it's considered to be safer because you don't go out into it like you're invincible. Also, safety in tackling is prioritized. If you tackle in an unsafe way, you're straight up disqualified from the tournament. Um, it's like if you tackle above the waist, they'll let you know that that's not okay. They'll just give you a warning. But if you tackle above the shoulders, you're disqualified from the entire tournament. There's no second chances for tackles that are like that. Um, so cups. There's actually a really famous story um, of this guy who was in a professional, like it was a world. Um, it was a national tournament, a national rugby tournament, and or an international rugby tournament, and there was someone who was in a scrum that like rolled and something happened and his I'm gonna put a trigger warning here because every guy I've told this story to cringes. A cleat caught one guy and it ripped open his testicle, and then he had it stitched up on the sidelines, then jumped back in and kept playing. um and I read an he kept playing. I think his team actually won too. He doesn't remember anything after the scrum. He blacked out. All he remembers is the scrum happening and then him finishing the game. He doesn't remember it being stitched up. He doesn't remember going back and continuing playing. Yeah, but rugby is a lot of fun. It's really scary in a lot of ways. but it's just a constant adrenaline rush. I read somewhere that it's people who play rugby tend to be in the best shape of their life because it is a really intense combination of needing to sprint and needing to just constantly be running. Um, one of the biggest when I used to play rugby, I've never been in better shape than when I played rugby. Um, so I'm just gonna talk about it because I love rugby. Sounds like me. Yeah, I have knee problems now too, but they're genetic. It's not because I got injured or anything, but I'm not able to play anymore, sadly. Um, one of the things that just will kind of explain to you how you need to constantly be running is you're not allowed to throw the ball forward. Um, so let's say that this is the field. Everyone is going to be in sort of like a line. So there's a person here, a person here, a person here, a person here, and you have to throw it backwards. And because you're throwing it backwards, not lateral, backwards, you can only throw the ball backwards. So in order to move it forwards, you need to be booking it. You need to be running really, really fast so that even though you're only throwing it backwards, you're still getting it to the other side. You're allowed to kick it forwards, but the thing about kicking the ball is it's unless you're very talented, it's difficult to do it in a predictable way where you know how far you're kicking it, and that also means that you need to be pretty sure that you're going to be able to go and get it. Yeah, man, I miss rugby. Rugby was cool. One of my teammates, I remember I was so mad at my coach for allowing this to happen because we were in high school. You shouldn't be allowing children to do this. But I had a friend who dislocated her kneecap during a game, and then there was a nurse there, so the nurse popped her kneecap back into place, and then she kept playing. And I was so mad at my coach for allowing this to happen because she's a kid. It's one thing for a professional to get his testicle stitched up on the sideline and keep playing, or but a 16-year-old should not be making that choice. A 16-year-old, yeah, patella. Mm-hmm. I'm wearing a knee brace right now that holds my patella in place because my ligaments are too stretchy. Which reminds me, I want to take that off because they're uncomfortable. No, they're not meant to be comfortable. But if they do their job, then that's exciting. It's always a good thing when you can rely on a knee brace to do its job. I've gotten a lot of I get a lot of people who ask me if I wear knee braces as like a fashion statement because they're like, "Oh yeah, you make it look kind of cute. This is like a fashion thing." I'm like, no, these are medical devices and they're very uncomfortable. Oh yeah? For how long? Is there an exciting story of how you managed to get your foot into a boot? I'm gonna assume it was like a medical boot, like you broke your ankle or something, and not like you decided that you wanted to start wearing combat boots or something. Because no judgment if you did, like, combat boots are badass, but I have a feeling that's not what you're talking about. Yikes. Oh no. Oof. I've definitely gotten a couple injuries like that. Yikes. Sounds like fun though. So, I did that with mine when I was 15, had it dislocated and tore every ligament and tendon but your ACL. And I had it iced when I was off the field, but it was the state champion. So you kept playing? Geez, in high school? A coach should not allow that to happen. If you're injured, you're a child. You shouldn't be making. Could you imagine if you like got seriously injured in a way that affected the rest of your life when you were a child? Like as a maybe even in college, you're an adult and you can make that choice. But I would regret it if a temporary thing like that just. Oh my god, I'm mad at your coach for allowing that to happen. If you're injured, you shouldn't keep playing. If you're a kid, I just can imagine if the reason my knees are as bad as they were today were because I kept playing, like I dislocated my knee in high school and then my coach was like, "Oh yeah, you can keep playing," and then now I have to wear a knee brace everywhere, which that's not what happened. I would be so pissed with my coach for allowing a child to do that and risk wearing a knee brace and not being able to play sports for the rest of their life. Yeah, that really sucks. See, exactly. Your coach should not have made that decision. Should not have put you in the position to make that decision. That's just irresponsible. They're taking. I'm sorry that your coach sucked. That really sucks. Yes, that is true. My brother's wrestling coach was a piece of work. Didn't really do like not in. He decided on behalf of my brother which colleges were good enough for him. And so when colleges were reaching out to talk to my coach and be like, "Hey, we're looking into scouting this person," uh, he would decide on behalf of my brother without discussing it with anyone if he was going to respond at all to allow that college to scout my brother. Which he ended up going to the college he wanted to go to, but there were a couple he was interested in that ended up being turned down on his behalf because of my brother's coach. And I'm still mad about it. It didn't do any harm. He went to a college that he loved, and yeah, didn't do any harm. I'm still mad about it. But I'm also very protective of my little brother. If he, yeah, he's not watching. Don't gallon you? Don't blame you? Yeah. Yeah. I, uh, I love my little brother. He's awesome. He's super smart. He he managed to get into college. So he was scouted through the wrestling team, but the school that scouted him was a Division 3 school, so they don't give out sports scholarships. So he was scouted through the wrestling team and got an academic scholarship through the wrestling team, which meant that if he decided he didn't want to wrestle anymore or if he got injured, his scholarship would still be in place as long as he kept his grades up. So he is both very talented at wrestling and extremely smart because he got an academic scholarship to a private school in Iowa, but still. Um, and he graduated last year with a bachelor's in engineering. And now he works for a private military contractor as an engineer. Maybe I'm not supposed to say that, but I haven't said his name. And I don't even know the name of the military contractor because I just haven't asked. You were told that you would be expelled if you didn't play football? What? Where's the logic in that? What? That's really random. Huh. All right. At some point, I probably should start playing the game. Yeah. Blackmailed into playing football, which is a hot take here. Boring sport. Boring and overrated, and there's a reason that only America plays it. It's because it's boring. Start, stop, start, stop, and everyone gets brain damage because they tackle in very unsafe ways. Football is soccer, which I also think is very boring. But football, American football, is also boring. Slightly less boring, though. Also, fun fact, you know how they call it a touchdown in football? That is uh, one of the ways that you can tell that it is based, like it is born from rugby, because in rugby, when you score a point, I guess, they call it a try. When you score a try, what you need to do is you need to run into the end zone and you need to actually touch the ball down to the ground. You can't just run in there and then drop it. That doesn't count. You need to run into the end zone and then put it down, like and if you drop it then the point's lost. So, in football, you don't actually need to touch it down, but it is called a touchdown, which is dumb. If you're going to take the name, then you should at least take the action as well. But it's fun in rugby because you'll be like, hey, nice try when you fail, and then also nice try when you score a try. And there's some really cool traditions. I played in high school, so I wasn't able to do this tradition, so I had to do it with water. But for people who play as adults, um, when you score your first try, you fill your boot with beer, and then you have to chug the beer. Which again, I did it with water, so go me. But another thing that I've heard that adults do is on girls' teams when you score your first try, you like take your shirt off and run down the field or something. And I was like, that seems. I'll do the beer boot thing. It's called shooting the boot. So I shot the boot. Um, Rugby parties are legendary. There's all sorts of songs that people sing, and it's just. And then also, if you're part of the rugby community, you've got family everywhere, and so you literally, and I've done this before, not in a long time since I haven't played rugby in a long time, but when I was traveling, looking at colleges and stuff, I would just go on like rugby Facebook pages and be like, hey, I'm gonna be in this area. Can I, is there anyone that would allow me to, like crash on someone's couch or something? And so, and yeah, rugby community has your back. One of my coaches said that she'd actually traveled the world like that, where she went all over the place and would just go on Facebook into rugby Facebook groups and say, hey, I'm going to be in Italy. Is there anyone in this area that would allow a fellow rugger to crash on your couch or something? And yeah, you could do it. It's an amazing community. Rugby. So, someone who plays rugby is a rugger. I don't know if I've I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Why am I blanking on this? That sounds weird, and it's like I feel like that's the first time I've said it out loud, but there's no way. I'm pretty sure it's a rugger. But no, you don't travel on rugs. You know what? You're not even part of this community. You can't correct me. I just know I'm gonna trip on this ball later. Okay, that's probably fine. Yeah, I don't know where my dog is. I was pretty sure that would scare her. Okay. I should try and finish this game. Last couple times I've played it, it has given me motion sickness, so I'm gonna do all the things to try and avoid getting motion sickness. Well, the thing is, I'm not moving, and my brain thinks that I'm moving, and that's what causes the motion sickness. If I was actually moving, I don't think I'd be getting motion sickness. It's fun that way. Okay. I'm gonna turn this on. Let me just go. Oh, never mind. Thank you for the hydrate, Misfit. RQ. Okay. No rush. Alright, I'm gonna do some. I see your redeems. Seraph Omega, hey, how's it going? Good to see you. Yeah, Misfit, I'm able to see your redeems, and it looks like it's showing up on right here And right here. Yeah, I don't know why you're not seeing them. Oh, great. I guess it doesn't show up on my screen, but it shows up in the chat. Okay. Are you able to see King Butler spamming me with hydrates right now? No, he's spamming me with hydrates right now. I'll be right back. I'm gonna run an ad break while I set this up. I'm gonna refill my other water and turn off the light so I can start the game. Y'all suck. I mean, thank you so much for caring about my health. Because I'm sure that's why you're actually spamming me with hydrates, is because you care so much about my health. Duly noted. Okay. I think the rugby ball that I just put back has fallen. How many is that? Oh geez. King Butler, you suck. Do you know how many you did, King Butler? I don't want to count these. What the fuck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25! Okay. I regret hydrating on my own, like I was earlier. Okay. Great. Okay. So, without further ado, I guess I should start this game, huh? Alright, let's do this. Oh no, now my stomach hurts. Oh, let me change that screen when I have a moment. Thank you for counting for me, Seraph Omega. That was sweet. um, it's sort of a thing, Surf Omega. It's sort of a thing. We just it's King Butler. King Butler's actually the one who got me started with streaming. He's a friend from real life, and then there's a couple other friends that I've made on here, and we just go onto each other's streams and spam hydrates and make each other suffer. But he normally gets the worst of it because he has other friends who do it as well. I only have one or two people, but I don't think I've ever made him drink more than 20, including with other people. 25 I think might be a record. You're 11 to 4 drunk? Alright, why do I do this to myself? Actually, fun fact, chugging water doesn't actually hydrate you because your body doesn't have time to um, it doesn't have time to properly properly process the water, so instead it just kind of flushes all the way through. So chugging water just makes you pee a lot. It doesn't actually help hydrate you. In fact, sometimes it can dehydrate you, depending on what's in your stomach. I am very dehydrated right now, I can tell. God, why do I play this game? Oh shit, I forgot that I wanted to grab my jacket. I'll be right back. I'm peeing clear drunk, so it does flush your kidneys, that is true. If you have a kidney stone, then chugging water does help because it's you want to flush your kidneys. You want to just pee a lot. I know that because I get kidney stones, which is so much fun. Also, if there's anyone on my stream that struggles with kidney stones, like gets them consistently, or has a friend who is dealing with one, something they tell you to take cranberry tablets or drink cranberry juice, which again is cranberry juice and tastes gross, not cranberry juice cocktail, which has a lot of sugar in it, and actually is worse because sugar can inflame things and make it more difficult to pass. Something that doctors never told me and was a total game changer when someone did tell me is black cherry juice also helps. And for me, like cranberry tablets never really did anything for me, but black cherry juice, it will like work in like a day. And again, you want to make sure that it is just black cherry juice. If you have a Trader Joe's or something like an organic natural store where they have normally more expensive stuff, they'll normally have it. The brand I get is literally called just black cherry juice, but it should just be black cherries and water, and it is so helpful. I told someone else about it recently, and they were just like, "Oh my gosh, you just changed my life." Just black cherry juice. It helps. And it doesn't taste bad like cranberry juice does. And just to be safe, I normally do both. I'll take cranberry tablets and drink black cherry juice. You have switched from alcohol to soda. Oh, that's probably a good idea. Make sure you drink a lot of water and get electrolytes and stuff too, though. You don't want to get a hangover. Oh, by the way, King Butler, are you back? Damn it. Alright, let's start this game. Man, I can already tell. First person point of views fuck with me. Alright, so Seraph Omega, I don't know if you've seen this game before, and if there's anyone else that is unfamiliar with this game. It takes place in the house of an insane painter who's trying to finish his masterpiece, and there's like a story that you're also sort of seeing of him and his wife and his kid, and the house changes and it's really scary, and I hate myself for playing this game. Hmm. Yeah, let's go through the one that... I went to this place, sort of like a summer camp, I guess. And they had a room that was called the pole room, and everyone was like, oh, why is it called the pole room? And it ended up being because in the middle of the room there was a beam like this, like a square beam that just helped prop the roof up. And they were like, oh yeah, that's the pole. I'm like, that's not a pole, that's a beam. It's square. You can't dance on that. Oh, thank you. Well, thank you so much for hanging out and uh, saying hi. I appreciate it. If you're falling asleep now, I hope you have a good rest of your night and sleep well. God, why do I play this game? I hate this so much. Fuck. Oh, okay. So what was the point of that? Fuck you, that's why? Sort of the vibe that I got. There's always so much paprika in this house. Like, look. Oh, that's sugar. Normally there's just a fuck ton of paprika. We're running out of apples. Oh no, God. Not another thing. What you've missed is I started playing this game that makes me hate myself. And, and then I walked in a circle, and I don't know why. Also, I told a story about a place that had a pull room that wasn't actually a pull room. It was a beam room. The pole that they had was a lie. I was not able to dance on it. Oh, and Seraph went to sleep. Or maybe they're still there, but they're planning on going to sleep soon. I mean, last time I was in the kitchen, I could tell you that they were not, in fact, running out of apples. And I'm still gonna say that they are not running out of apples. Yeah, you're not running out of apples, my friend. Why did the light change? Music change, yay. There once was a man full of passion, but then his wife went out of fashion. Her face was a mess, he couldn't care less, she hated the man with a passion. Ah, that was a very sweet limerick. There once was a man full of passion, but then his wife went out of fashion. Her face was a mess, he couldn't care less, she hated the man with a passion. I mean, he did set her on fire because of his alcoholism. Love that. Oh, my dog's gonna scare me during this game, I could already tell you. Hmm. I wasn't even all the way through the door. Fuck you. Oh, it's turning with me. Yay.
you mind explaining this to me? I know what it is. Care to tell me how it got in my workshop? Stop lying! We both know it couldn't have gotten there on its own.
It's missing one eye. Oh, I can hear my wife crying. Okay. You're tinnitus? God, I have such a lovely wife. I mean, I did fuck her over pretty badly. From what I understand. Oh boy. Don't look back. Okay, you can do this. Each mistake a pitfall? Mr. Dieter, hi. I feel like I haven't seen you in a minute. How are you doing? I haven't seen you in my chat anyways. Okay, hang on. Let me... Thank you for the hydrate, Mr. Dieter. You missed it when earlier my lovely friends made me drink 25 hydrates. What's it saying? It's saying something, right? Oh, lovely. A creepy basement. I love creepy basements. Hi, Aunt Jemima. I responded to you earlier, but I don't think you were here yet. Or here anymore. I really want to finish Layers of Fear today, because I've been putting this off for a while. Okay. This looks like a fun room. Yeah, I'm down. We could play tomorrow. Although, I do want to let you know, thanks, that I have started that new treatment. And tomorrow will be like the first real day. So I don't really know. I don't think it's supposed to affect my mood until I've been doing it for a little bit. And tomorrow's the first real day. But I don't know how I'm going to be feeling tomorrow. So I just want to give you a heads up. There's only one child. But so far I haven't really seen the child. I've just seen like the abuse. Thank you for the posture check. Yeah, thank you. For the most part, it's just my wife kind of fucking with me. The one who I guess accidentally set on fire. Oh, great. Gets to stay open this time. What the fuck? Do I actually want to know what's in there? I feel like probably not. But also, curiosity killed the cat. And satisfaction brought it back. I mean, yeah, dark basements can totally be hot. No argument there. This one isn't really hot though. Do I actually want to go over there and look at it? This is not gonna hold my weight, I could already tell. Yeah, same. Alright, help me pick, guys. Through the door, or check out the painting. Is that really it? Can't, like, touch it or anything? I could just jump off and go down the well. It will probably let me do that. It's let me commit suicide a couple different times, but it's never actually suicide. It's just scary. I don't like this. Wifey Poo, are you behind this? In ashes you shall reap. That sounds fun. What did I do?
Is that her? Oh, God. Can she hear us? This is all fixable, right?
God,
No,
he's such a dick.
you don't understand. Her face, her hands. She will be devastated.
Every time, man. Can you even paint anymore? On Ivy? Ivy's drunk. I mean, there's a lot of paint all over this fucking house. Dear sir, my wife would be thrilled to play at your wedding. Please give us a call tonight and we'll work out the details. Our number is 363-853. Hope to hear from you soon. Oh, fuck off. 。 Can I, like, click back? That's how you click back. 3, 6, 3. Eight, 5, 3. I don't know the remaining numbers. Is there an answer here? I've written down several series of numbers, but none of them are. They're all numbers of 3. Would anyone judge me for looking up if there's like a correct... Layers of fear. Ouija. Alright. Okay, this might be it. 3, 6, 3, 8, 5, 3, 3, 5, 4. I actually could have. I should have been able to figure out that secret on my own. Game Shark from PS2 days. Oh, lovely. Gotta love that music change. November. I think I should be happy. Why am I not happy? I have a beautiful daughter. I think she is. I know she is. Why can't I look at her without feeling sick? I used to have a loving husband, wonderful, sensitive. Now all I see is this strange man who only cares about his paintings. Like they matter at all. It's all so pointless. Music used to help, doesn't anymore. What a wonderful family and, mother. I don't exactly blame her though. Dad sucks.
God, I am such an idiot. To think that someone like me could ever compete with you in all your sublime beauty, everlasting, immortal.
What's this fucking door gonna do? October 2nd. My love, I wish I could do what all mothers do and tell you that monsters aren't real, but it wouldn't be true. Life can be life can create things out of exquisite beauty, but it can also twist them into hideous beings. Selfish, selfish, violent, grotesque, monstrous. It hurts me to say that your father has turned into one such monster, and I'm afraid the disease that afflicted his mind has taken hold of me as well. It sickens me to think that think what it sickens me to think what we've put you through. There is no excuse. I only ask of you, though I know I do not have the right to do so, to try and forgive us. I despise what your father has become, but I love and pity him all the same. I only hope you can find it in your heart to feel the same about him, about me. I wish I could see you blossom into a strong, beautiful woman. I wish I could be there for you, but I can't. This is the only way. Goodbye. Well, yikes on yikes. Oh, geez, I'm able to go in here. Feel like I probably shouldn't.
I finally figured it out. And it's all thanks to you. You've showed me that there's no other way. Even now, your sad smile confirms what should have been obvious. We will not speak again.
So I'm not gonna hear from my wife again? Oh, great, the wheelchair. Don't like this. Why is there a lamp? Normally I'm able to light lamps. Why am I not able to light you? Bart. I want to look this up. I know it's Latin. Bart. Murillo. SEI. Seep some? Otis. AC. P. R. ECI. Bus exp. Bart. Murillo portrayed himself as fulfilling the wishes of his children. That. Where's that? Fucking hell. Go check out the wheelchair. Or keep moving. Oh, that wall is breathing. Vermin. Vermin, growth, cancer of the house, foul stench, oh God, the sounds. Oh. Where's the secret?
What is taking so long? Open this fucking door! I need to go! Open up! Hell is... Oh, God. No. No, 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 no. What have you done? No!
Okay, so gotta figure out how to get the fuck out of here. Am I able to turn this light off? Sometimes they let me turn the lights off. I don't think this is gonna be one of them though. In the mirror, this door has a latch. And now that I've turned that on, oh boy. Oh boy. For the record, all I'm doing right now. Oh my god, my wife hates me. This is gonna end badly. This is gonna end badly. Oh no, 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 no. Okay, better. This is some bad water, man. Oh my god, am I finally meeting my daughter? Dude, did I just die? Did I lose? Something bad's gonna happen. I don't like this music.
Finally, someone had to bear witness.
Oh, this is
I
the
couldn't just
ingredient.
look at my own work. Art and the artist needed an audience, a critical eye on things. I knew what I had to do. I gouged it, scooped it up like ice cream, felt like a butcher, a monster, but at least there was to come something beautiful from all this filth.
It's 11:11 my time. Everyone make a wish. Oh god. I thought that I was finally finishing the goddamn painting. Okay. Means, oh, something in the room has changed. That's not me. Why is it making me spin? Why is it making me spin? Stop spinning! Oh, that's new. the fucking hairbrushes. What do I need? Where's the freaking chess piece? You're not gonna make me find a chess piece this time? There it is.
Run.
Wasn't as bad as usual. I think I'm developing a tolerance. Thank you for the raid. Where's the secret? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? This room seems to be glowing. Alright, well, let me close it now. That's fun. The fuck is with the apples? What if I don't want to go upstairs? What if I don't want to be playing chess? What if I like... No, wait, no. What if I don't want to be playing checkers? What if I want to play chess instead? Because honestly, I'm kind of a fan of chess. And I find checkers to be kind of boring. If I'm being honest, I don't really expect that to be a problem with any form of chess that I play here. This godforsaken house. Well, you know what? It works. 29 grams. Where's the fucking piece? Is there no piece this time? Is it just gonna have me go out there, like, Of course, naturally. Didn't realize this room could get any bigger. Don't like this music, man. Got most of them. Missed a couple. Which means I'll have to play again at some point. Great. I used to hate you, not anymore. I think even now, in spite of everything, I might still love you. You see, I finally understand. I know how you must feel. Lost. Alone. It took me a while, but I finally realized, even with us, you have always been alone. I recognize that now as the quintessential part of your being. I recognize that now as the quintessential part of your being, and I admit hoping we could become a true part of your life was a grave error on my part. A grotesque misunderstanding. Still, if we are to make any sense of all this, if any of us ever mattered to you, finish it for us. If we are to make any sense of this, if any of this ever mattered to you, finish it for us.
Yes, that's it. My love, I am so sorry. No, it's a lie. It's always been a lie. It won't bring them back. I see it now. I know what must be done.
What needs to be done, man? You gonna burn it all down again? Look. Okay, great. All these pictures of your beautiful wife. all this work, skinning stuff, draining your own blood. Achievement unlocked. I know what I want. Is that it? Oh, have a good night, Ivy. Thank you for hanging out with me. Make sure to drink water. And thank you for the hydrate. I'm waiting to see if there's something after the... Oh yeah, and the posture check. Thank you. Necessary, honestly. It's a wonderful community. Is there anything afterwards? Most games have an after credits thing, I think. Don't look back. Don't look back has been a very common theme. They're gonna do one last jump scare, I just know. Guess not. Continue has been taken away. Well, guess that's it for today. Let me go turn on the lights. I'll be right back. I'll also run an ad while I do things. Alright, I'm back. Well, let me turn off all these lights because they're not necessary anymore. Well, that was interesting. I definitely will need to play that again to try and get all of the different secrets. All of the different achievements. So I guess I'll do an achievement run, and I know there's different paths you can take as well. So I'll have to do those differently. I can't believe he just burned it. All of that, like he flayed someone for the canvas, and for the paint he poured his own blood, and he didn't have a syringe, so he just stuck a tube in there and then sucked it out, and then the taste of copper haunted him. Wait, Inver Pink Lizard, are you the one? You're the one who played that sound? What? Inver Pink Lizard, you're here? And you didn't say anything? You just like played a sound to scare me? I definitely thought that was Misfit, because Misfit's always the one who plays that sound. Man. I can't believe how that ended. He just burned it? Like for the paintbrush, he took a bone from something and then like found hair from something else. I don't remember where he got the hair actually. And then the eyeball, so something witnesses it like all the time. What the fuck? And he just burned it? Which I guess is fair since it was of his wife and child, and he burned them, and then there was all of these issues with that. My god. That was twisted as fuck. Well, that was a really good game. Really well done. Um, at some point I'll also have to play the sequel, which, someone once commented saying that they, couldn't finish, like, they loved this game and they'd played this game enough times that they knew how to do things. Sorry. Um, and they hadn't been able to finish the second game because it was too scary, so I gotta look forward to that. Yeah, it is kind of late. Um, Normally I play a couple games of Jackbox afterwards, but since now I have things to do during the day, I don't want to risk playing Jackbox for too long, so I might read. Yeah, since I get scared very easily, I've been told that it's fun to watch. But still somehow managed to make it relaxing with the sound of my voice. It's not relaxing for me. That was certainly an interesting game. I can't believe it's over. Yeah. Have you been here when I read? Because people kept saying that I have a soothing voice. I started reading out loud as like an ASMR thing. So I might do that instead of play Jackbox. Because I don't want to risk doing that. Infer Pink Lizard, you are here! It's good to see you. I feel like I haven't seen you in a very long time. How have you been doing? Now I need to pick a new game. This was supposed to be my puzzle game, so... Gotta figure out. Well, I'm glad you're doing okay. Yeah, well, I also, like, took several days off. So I guess I can't really be saying that. I've been doing okay. Um, yeah. I feel like I've been doing better recently. Thank you for asking. And it's always good to see you. No pressure, though. I know you have a life, and I do too, sort of. Yeah, I, started this new treatment for... Well, I don't... Wait, as the streamer, am I supposed to, like, talk about real things? I'm gonna do it anyways. Hopefully people are fine with that. I started this new treatment for treatment-resistant depression and anxiety. And today was the first day, but it was more like just setting it up, and tomorrow is the real first day. So, I'm interested to see how that goes. Because, it's supposed to... There's, I guess, during the first couple weeks, there's a dip. Not everyone gets it, but, they've warned me several times that during the first couple weeks I should let my loved ones know that I might be increasingly moody and irritable. And you know what? You guys count. During the next couple weeks, and if that's the case, I probably just won't stream, because that's normally what I do, but, yeah. We'll see how that goes. It's called TMS, or transcranial magnetic stimulation, where they basically strap a vibrating magnet to your head for a certain amount of time on certain places. And they like did brain mapping today where they figured out where the proper place would be, and it was interesting because they do the pulse and it makes your hand twitch. It kind of hurts. It does help me. When I'm in a bad mood or having a really bad day and I stream, it always makes me feel better. Uh, but uh, but if I'm feeling really bad, I have trouble getting myself to stream. So even though I know it always makes me feel better, I struggle with actually going through with it. So if it's like really making me dip, I probably won't stream just because it makes actually turning on the camera a bit of a struggle for me. And I get very overwhelmed. Yeah, social anxiety does suck. And that too. I'm sorry that you guys struggle from that as well, but you're not alone. I too struggle from that. Streaming has helped me so much, which I did not expect. I was very nervous to start streaming, but I don't know if King Butler is still here. He's the one who actually made me take the first step. Well, not the first step. Someone told me I should start streaming like a year and a half. No, it was before COVID, so 2.5 years ago now. And so that's when I made a Twitch, but I never actually got around to it until King Butler got me to, which was about 3 or 4 months ago now. And I was very nervous, but it has helped me so much. Yeah, I like talking to people. I hate thinking about talking to people. I like being social. I hate thinking about being social and thinking about all of the what ifs of like going outside and talking to people and making a fool of myself. Thinking of all the times I've made a fool of myself in the past. Thinking about drama and interactions between people. Yeah, I get it. So, always interesting though. It's fun when it's fun. There's actually 2 different treatments. There's one that I guess is 3 minutes long that's for depression, and it's a little more intense. And if you're too sensitive, they do a 20-minute treatment instead, but the preferred one is 3 minutes long. And then there's a 20-minute treatment for anxiety that's on the other side of my head. I did the first depression treatment today, but they're not allowed to do the brain mapping and the anxiety treatment on the same day. So I did just the depression, and I start depression and anxiety tomorrow. And it's 5 days a week, and there's 35 treatments. Um, yeah, I'm really good with people, and that's something I know about myself. Every job that I've worked where I have to interact with people, people like my coworkers, my boss, they'll always say you're really good with people. Um, the job that I sort of work right now I'm too depressed to actually have a consistent job, but I work at this place for as a brand ambassador for this margarita company, and so I'll go out to events and set up a stand and tell people about the product and why it's amazing. And I'm genuinely saying this, the product is amazing. It's a really cool product, and I'm really good at it, and I'm really good at talking to people and getting people interested and sort of seeing what they want. But just thinking about and that actually is easier for me because I'm wearing a mask. I am a brand ambassador. I am the face of this company. I don't need to worry about being myself. But talk to me about going to a party or, going outside and it's a whole different ball game. So it's 35 treatments total. Um, so I think my last treatment is scheduled to be in February. I have my schedule over there, but I don't feel like getting it out. I have Christmas off, and I think the day after Christmas off. Um, and I think the last 2 weeks they do it every other day instead of every day. Um, so the last treatment is in February. And during this, they say like you're allowed to have a drink or two if you want, but don't get drunk. And because my tolerance is really weird, I'm going to be giving up drinking, which drinking helps me with my social anxiety. And I'm saying, like, whenever I say that, people are like, oh, like, hopefully it doesn't become a problem for you. And I'm like, well, I actually only go outside like once every 2 weeks or so. So it's definitely not a problem because I don't drink alone. but I'm gonna be giving up drinking for the next like 3 months. So it's for treatment resistant depression and anxiety. You have to, in order to be, for your insurance to cover it, you need to have already tried at least 2 antidepressants and stuff like that. It's um it's shown to be very, very effective, and if you like keep up with therapy and putting effort into healthy life changes, it can work for, they were saying that the average is 3 years. It can work up to 5 years. Sometimes it's a year, but it should be at least a year, and you could always come back if it stops working. And I was like, so does that mean after like 5 years, I'm gonna have to have it done again? Because it's not cheap, even with the insurance covering it. And he said, well, sometimes, even if it stops working, you'll have learned how to make it life changes to the point where you don't need it again. And then sometimes you do. So yes and no. Well, good for you. That's a really smart choice. Um, Alcoholism doesn't run in my family, and I don't really have an addictive personality, except for with sugar. So that's something I have thought about, but I'm normally pretty good at monitoring myself. If addiction did run in my family, I think I'd have to have been a lot more careful. But I think that was a really smart choice, or it is a really smart choice of you. So good for you for sticking to that and being aware. And good for you for being aware that of being responsible and aware of that as well. Here, let me switch to just chatting, so people don't come over here thinking that I'm gonna be. Uh, um, there. That's something that I've talked about to people before. A lot of the times, medication is, sometimes it is necessary long term. A lot of the times, it can just be a helping hand while you learn how to take care of yourself in a healthy way, and it doesn't need to be permanent. And then sometimes, um, I say this to a lot of people because it took me a very long time to realize that I needed to be on medication, because I was always like, oh, I want to go the more natural way. And so I would try like yoga and vitamins and all of these other things, and it wasn't working. Um, and so, and when I did eventually go on medication, there's a lot of people who were judging me for it. And so now whenever people, and still people do judge me for it, and the point that I want to bring up is that yes, a lot of medications are overprescribed when they're not necessary, but that doesn't mean it's always unnecessary, because these drugs were initially created for a reason. And that reason is sometimes depression doesn't come from situations, it comes from a chemical imbalance in the brain. And in that case, most people who are depressed, they've created unhealthy habits that don't allow them to live a healthy, happy life. Their quality of life is too negative. And so sometimes that doesn't go away and medication is necessary, but a lot of the time medication, it just needs, it's a helping hand while you learn how to take care of yourself and you create new healthy habits, and once it's a habit you can eventually wean yourself off. That's most of the time with anxiety. Anxiety rarely needs to be like a long-term solution. And for antidepressants, that is the more frequent ones. Yeah, antidepressants, it's more frequent. I'm not phrasing this very well. For antidepressants, it really is case by case. But for the most part, if you are able to create healthier habits and you continue going to therapy and practicing healthy life habits and keeping yourself accountable, medication doesn't need to be long term. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I'm talking specifically about like depression and anxiety. There are things that you need to be on lifetime medications, like insulin. Insulin is just something you're always going to be on. Bipolar is another one that, because that's an instability that can lead to up or down, and sometimes it's triggered by something and sometimes it's not. So a lot of the time bipolar is one that you can't, you're going to need to be on medication, but like bipolar 2, a lot of the times that's not necessarily necessary, but bipolar 1, a lot of the time it is. Um, and like thyroid, I don't know enough about it, but I also know that that is something that, I mean, you're gonna have to be on medication for it. Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, I'm specifically referring to depression and anxiety. Um, Other things I can't say because I don't know enough about them. And also, I'm going to say this right now because, like, legally speaking, I am not a doctor, so I can't give official recommendations like this. But I also have a lot of experience with mental health. So I can give advice, but I can't give professional advice. Please don't sue me. Yeah. I hope that I didn't make you feel bad by saying that, by talking about how it's not necessary for a lot of people. But my point is, it is necessary for a lot of people. And vitamins and yoga won't work for everyone. Sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. And for thyroid, that is something that is a permanent chemical imbalance that is going to. I'm not going to say it like that because sometimes it is a permanent thing that's always going to need help. And that's okay, as long as you are able to be okay. I'm sorry to hear that. But it's good that you've got a doctor that's actually listening to you and taking this seriously. I've had a lot of doctors who just brush things off, and it's very frustrating. And I've also had a lot of doctors who are just like, oh, you want to try this drug? Here. I'm like, you should probably, like, question me a little bit more, and rather than just give me drugs. I'm not against homeopathic medicine. I just want to be clear that sometimes it is not going to work for people. I do know people who are able to cure themselves with homeopathic medicine, and that is great. I think about the amount of people who gave me shit for trying antidepressants, and it's just like that was what I needed. It did help. It didn't help enough, which is why I'm now doing TMS, but it was necessary for me. Vitamins or shrooms or weed or yoga, sometimes it works for people. And that's great. Homeopathy, it's not just vitamins. Sometimes it could be different supplements, like a magnesium imbalance. That's not just water, that's taking magnesium specifically. And magnesium, a lot of people are magnesium deficient without realizing it, and it helps hydrate your muscles and everything. And so, like, makes your body feel better, and a lot of the time people don't realize that they're in pain, so that helps. Vitamin D is another one for people who get seasonal depression. For people who get seasonal depression, when I lived in Northern California where it rained all the time, I got those lizard lamps, the ones that produce actual like UV rays. I don't remember if it's UVA or UVB, but the one that helps you create vitamin D naturally. Yeah, but one of them is good and the other one is bad. UVA or UVB. I don't remember which one, but it creates the good one. And so my bed was against the wall, and so I just like hung them above my bed where I would hang out most of the time, and it did help with my seasonal depression. So like homeopathic medicine isn't just vitamins, but I do agree that most of the time when people take vitamins, it doesn't help that much. Yeah. Or like um what's it called again? It's sound therapy? I don't remember if that one. There's actually acupuncture. Those are things that have actually been proven to do good on like a scientific level. A lot of the times it is placebo, but a lot of the times it's not, and that is considered to be homeopathic medicine. Um, Animal therapy, working with animals, does create a boost in dopamine. Exactly. Yeah, that's what I think you put that in better words than me. Vitamins are only effective if you already have a deficiency and you're treating that specifically. Daily vitamins really don't do very much. For the most part, you just pee it out. But I've also gone really deep with vitamins, and I have felt a difference, but it wasn't enough. Antidepressants have helped stabilize me to an extent, but again, it's not enough. So now I'm trying TMS, and we shall see how it goes. Yeah, mental health is a bitch. Very important, not talked about enough. One of those things that you can't actually see, so a lot of people think it's not real. And it's mistreated a lot of the time, which makes people not want to think that it's real or that certain treatments are real. Interesting. I didn't realize that homeopathy was a specific thing. Most of the time when people use it, they're talking about alternative forms of medicine than than medication. So that's what I was trying to talk about. Homeopathic medicine, I've never even really heard of that specifically. So, yeah. I understand what you mean now by saying that you don't believe in it. I think it was last year. Not, I mean, animal therapy, that's not medicine, but it is considered to be alternative treatments, alternative medicine, but it's not actually medicine. Like animal therapy, sound therapy. I think that's what I feel like that's not what it's called. Last year, I spent a little over a month in a residential treatment center for mental health specifically. And so, in the place I went to, tried to go a more holistic route in a lot of ways than actual medicine. So, I got to experience sound therapy, which didn't really seem to do very much for me, but there is scientific studies proving that it can be effective, and it's very relaxing. And animal therapy, which is honestly pretty cool. Um, Another one that I found very interesting is called, I think it was called somatic therapy, and that is seriously intense. I would recommend it to people, and I would also I would also give a warning that it is incredibly intense, and the first couple treatments are incredibly unpleasant and will ruin the rest of your day. Yeah, I have a dog, and I didn't get her as a emotional support animal. She is registered as an emotional support animal. She is the she is a terrible emotional support animal. God awful. I'm her emotional support animal. But she's afraid of me when I cry. So if I cry and want like an animal to show that she loves me, she runs away and hides. Yeah, I rescued her from a roommate who was addicted to meth, heroin, Xanax, and was also doing pretty much everything else. And I was the only time in my life where I had actually developed like a savings account with like $2,000, and I was really proud of myself. And then I spent over $2,000 on vet bills nursing her back to health because she was really, really sick. And I haven't managed to develop a savings account since. Um, and when I was living on my own, she was sort of like both good for me and not good for me because I was so stressed out about having to take care of this animal. But at the same time, one of the only reasons I didn't make a suicide attempt was because I knew that I needed to take care of her because I was the only one who would. So she did keep me alive, but she was also very stressful, and she's still very stressful. Yeah, at that point in time, I wanted a cat, and then a dog forced itself into my life because my roommate got addicted to meth, heroin, and Xanax. And then when I rescued her and took her away, he harassed me like crazy and like got the police called on me, and I kept all of the receipts, and I changed all the locks in my house, including on my door, like my bedroom door. It was a freaking mess. My brother's girlfriend's dad was a lawyer, so I was on the phone with him pretty much every other day, just coming up with a plan where I kept all of the receipts and I paid for everything with my credit card and would highlight the part where it was so and I yeah. I think I still have the book with all of the receipts for food, vet bills. I got her chipped shots and everything. I ended up needing to get this uh, because she hadn't been bathed or anything in a very long time, and she's not allergic to fleas, but she had a very severe flea problem to the point where she had a reaction like she was allergic to fleas, and it had been so long that it threw off the pH balance in her skin, so I ended up needing to wash her like every other day with pH balancing pet shampoo and conditioner. And so I even though it wasn't technically medicine for her, I still like it was vet recommended, so I saved the receipt for that and screenshotted everything. I got an app on my phone that recorded all my phone calls. So every time he called me, I'd answer it and say, "Hello, just so you know, you are being recorded right now." And so he could decide to go on the record or not. When his friends called me, I did the same thing because he got his friends to start calling me all the time. Still have all of those recordings saved on one of my computers. Yeah. And now she's so attached to me that even though right now I'm living with my parents because I'm too depressed to take care of myself properly, so I need to rely on them. And so she loves my parents, she's very happy with them. My parents have a dog, and she's very happy with the dog. The other dog, she's so much less stressed and everything, but she's also, if if I leave for more than 2 days, she starts having behavioral problems, like she'll start pooping in the house as sort of a sign that she misses me. Yeah. Hey, Cleo. Cleo, you wanna come say hi? Come here, baby. Cleo, come here. She's like, no, I'm tired. We rescued a dog. Oh, geez. Porcupine quills. That's crazy. That's terrible. Yeah. Same. The lawyer I was talking to is like, you keep all of your receipts and everything, and if he ends up trying to sue you to get the dog back, you are able to he'll have to pay $500 to start the countersue, and then you're able, or start this, to sue you, he has to pay $500, and then you're able to countersue for free. And I was like, okay, I'm prepared. I'll keep the dog and get $2,000 back. Well, it was very good of you to take the dog. I'm sorry that for the dog that you didn't care enough to keep or to look, but I'm also glad that that happened because having someone fight you for the dog is so frustrating. I kept her name. I didn't want to stress her out by having to learn a new name, and also her name's kind of cool. It's Cleopatra, but because he's special, she spells it with a K, and we just go by Cleo. And it's Cleopatra when she's in trouble, which she knows. She's one of the smartest animals I've ever met. She knows, and she's a master at guilt tripping. After our vet visits. Hmm. Her previous owner wasn't always a bad owner. He was he wasn't always addicted to drugs. I guess he had a past, so he relapsed, but he wasn't always addicted to drugs, so she's very well trained, thankfully. Um, she knows all of the commands. She's very she's very polite. She doesn't jump on people unless she knows that they're okay with it. Um, if you tell her not to lick someone, she'll remember most of the time. So she knows her name. I'm glad he lived a happy life. That was really good of you. And I'm really glad that your cat is also living a happy life. Ivy, I really liked it. I was a little disappointed with the end. I will probably play it again at some point to try and get all of the achievements and find all of the paths. Now we're talking about mental health in dogs and cats and support animals, and how my dog, I love her very much, and she's a terrible emotional support animal because she's afraid of me when I cry. Or when I get really anxious, or if my parents come in to talk to me about something that makes me anxious, or we start fighting, she is out of the room. She just dips. He didn't change rules on her, he just neglected her like crazy. He would leave for weeks without telling me, and so she'd come into my room and beg me for water. Not even food, water. She'd be begging me for water because no one had refilled her bowl. He didn't change the rules. He just neglected her. He would leave and not come back for weeks, and then yeah, it was just really bad. Um I think her mood is just too unstable to handle someone else's mood. I accidentally hit her with the flip out couch, which there's no way it hurt her because it's a flip out couch, like when the feet flip out and recline, but I accidentally hit her with it once, and she was afraid of the couch and wouldn't go into the living room for 6 months. I think that apparently he rescued her from a pot farm where she was kept in a cage and starved, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was physical abuse there because she seems to be afraid of loud noises and tall people. She doesn't like kids. I don't know why. If they're tall enough to a certain point, it's not the same, but little kids, she does not like. And she will actually, like, I don't think she would actually attack, but she will lunge at someone and snarl and act like she's going to bite. And I think if they were to come back, she would defend herself, but I wonder if there was a kid on that pot farm that was harassing her while she was in the cage or something. I don't know why she doesn't like kids. It's super weird. And that's really bad because she's very small she's a lab mastiff. And so she's really small for a half mastiff, but she's still 75, 80 pounds. And you don't really want a 75, 80 pound dog aggressive towards children. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. When I was little and my parents got a dog, no, the dog was around before me, but when I came back in from the hospital, and they would make sure he was around me all the time. they would like have him sleep in my room and yeah, made sure that he was used to me and he knew that I was a puppy and delicate. She also doesn't like cops because I mean, you could imagine someone who like smokes weed and does drugs in public gets paranoid around cops, and so he would be in groups of people who would warn. There was a code word for if they saw cops in the area, and I guess I don't remember what the code word was, but if you say the code word, she'll like look for the cops that are in the area. That makes sense. Some dogs are just weird though. I've had the other dog that my parents have. His name's Toby. He was technically my 16th birthday gift, but he's my mom's dog through and through at this point. We've had him since he was a puppy, like from my friend's dog had puppies, and as soon as he was old enough, he went to my house. But he's claustrophobic, so there's absolutely no reason for him to be claustrophobic or as obsessed with food as he is. He acts like he's starving 100% of the time. In like a desperate way, not in a gluttonous way. And there's no reason for that. He's never been without food. He was never like trapped in a cage and abused or anything, but he's claustrophobic to the point where um there was one time he broke a tooth, so he had to have it surgically removed and woke up from anesthesia and was in a cage, and as soon as he woke up, still drugged out of his mind, he started panicking and they had to let him out. And the reason that he broke a tooth in the first place is because we were trying to crate train him and he panicked and broke his tooth on the cage trying to get out. So there is a chance that he was just weird, but there's also it's more likely that he was abused somehow. Dogs are weird. Animals are weird. I wanted a cat. Ended up with a dog. She's got some really funny quirks though. She sleeps under the covers with me. I guess because they used to backpack around all the place, and so she would sleep in the sleeping bag with him. And so she sleeps under the covers with me, and she has this really fun habit where like she's aggressive about it. She'll like nose to get under the covers until I let her. And then she'll go down to like the feet of the bed, and if I'm not holding on to my side of the blanket, she'll go down to the feet of the bed, and then she'll stand up and turn in a circle, which wraps the blankets underneath her, and then she'll get off the bed. And take all the blankets with her. Oh, geez. That's messed up. That's really messed up. Uh, he was a pothead, and so he would get her high every now and then. Dogs love the taste of weed. I don't know why, but this is a general thing. Dogs love the taste of weed. And so he would get her high and allow her to eat weed stuff. And she does not handle being high well. The first time, the house that I lived in had a lot of people who smoked, and the first time that she got high, I didn't realize what had happened until one of my roommates told me later. And I thought she was dying because she started like panting and like couldn't, like was wobbling and was whining all the time, wanted to be right next to me. I thought she was dying. And I guess he used to get her high all the time before I moved in with them and thought it was funny, which is just terrible. But there are dogs who like being high. She's not one of them. Another one of the dogs that were in that house didn't really like getting high. Clearly loved it. She acts like she's dying. And it's terrifying. Birds are cool. Wait, is a cockapoo a dog or a bird? I know you just said that you would love to get a big bird. Yeah. As soon as I realized that that was why she was acting weird when they were like, oh yeah, she was licking her bowl piece, I was like, okay, I know that weed won't kill her. But before they told me what had happened, I was like, I, she, I was so scared. Was she funny stoned or not funny? Scary stoned? Because, like I said, the other dog that liked getting high, she was so funny when she was high. She'd just sort of wobble and run around and, like, just be super dopey. It was really cute. And then eventually just, like, fall asleep and that's good. Yeah, there are dog specific edibles. Cleo! Baby, come here! Come here! Come here, baby! Come here, Cleo! No, she's not coming. You coming? Oh, she's groaning at me. She's not happy. Come here, baby. Yeah. Come here. Come here. Come on, baby. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Come here. Yeah, good girl. Come on. Come here, baby. Come here. Come here, Leo. She's like, she's hopped up on the chair before. I don't know why she's freaking. I just changed my chair. It's taller now. That might be why. She does not have tiny paws. She is a big dog. Come here, Cleo. Cleo, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah, good. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl, baby. Yeah. Say hi. Say hi. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Come here. Yeah, she keeps turning away. Good girl, baby. Yeah, sweetheart. So this is my dog Cleo. Yeah, yeah, baby. She's not photogenic at all. It's very rare that black dogs are, though. They're difficult to take pictures of. I don't think I'm gonna get my chair back now that she's laying in it. She's all curled up. And she's very determined at things, so she's always like trying to. He's okay, baby. You can sort of see. She's always like trying to like dig into things, so her face always has cuts. By the way, props to you for remembering how her name is spelled. I'm constantly reminding people about that. If you try to take a picture of her, she just, unless it's super bright and there's a bright background, which she could probably take a decent picture here, she's just gone. She looks like a void. Here. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I'm never getting my chair back now. Oh shit, it's way later than I thought it was. I should probably go to bed now to make sure that I am well rested for the thing tomorrow. Okay, you can go back to your hole now if you'd like. She has a hidey hole that she likes curling up in. I'll never be able to move the furniture because she would not be happy. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. It was really nice talking to you guys. If I feel well enough, I'm hoping to do Soma again tomorrow and maybe a little bit of Jackbox. Although my friend was wanting to play Fortnite, so I might play Fortnite instead. They're a little unpredictable on whether they actually play Fortnite whenever they ask me to play Fortnite or not. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what time it is where you guys are, so whether have a good rest of your day or night or whatever it is wherever you are. I really appreciate all of you. This was really nice. And yeah, this was really nice. Have a good night. Bye.
that Furby, she streams every day. And look at how many things she has connected on her table. I was really trying to play music for my friends. But when it's dark, you know, people who are outside the studio, they can see all these flickering lights and they're like, there she goes. That alien from another planet. She basically is in her spaceship. Yeah, I don't know if Three and Hold is still here or Clone is still here, but I want to say thank you so much for keeping the lights on and allowing me to continue hiding from my neighbors and beam music through my spaceship. Thank you so much. Hi, Max. We will vouch for you, Heyman. To be honest, actually, my neighbor, she Googled me. I just don't know, because I was just introducing myself, and she was like, I love ambient music now. She's like, I listen to it when I need to rest. I'm like, thank you so much. That's so sweet. I didn't think that, you know, my neighbor would care, and she did. She cares very much. Whenever she sees me, she's like, hey, I love the new album. It's very much more ambient than the last one. I'm like, thank you. You actually listen. She's like, I do. It's really sweet, you know. Yeah, because we have a community garden that everybody takes care of. So occasionally I'm there sweeping and, you know, cleaning up. And she'll see me. She's cleaning up too. And she'll be like, oh, hey, how's ambient music going? I'm like, yeah, I think it's going. I hope so.